it going?
Yeah, everything is going according to my imagination.
Oh, okay.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
So, firstly, I want to thank you for accepting my invitation and accepting to talk with me.
Yep, yep. For asking me.
So, I have gone through your profile. So, I thought I came to know that you are a photographer and you are an author.
On auto,
Yeah, you are a photographer and you are an author.
a photograph.
Photographer.
I can't hear you.
So I saw a lot of your work and the photos are
Oh,
really amazing. Yeah,
oh, okay. Thank you.
yeah. So I thought to introduce you to my audience.
Okay.
Yeah,
My name's Taylor Curran,
yeah. You're from?
Australia, Western Australia.
Okay. So your full time job is?
Beg your pardon?
Yeah. Your full time job is?
My full-time job now is I'm working in the mining industry. I've not since COVID broke out. I've sort of left the other work and now I'm doing underground mining.
Mining industry.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, wow. So what is your job?
Underground truck driver.
I don't know. I can't hear you clearly.
Underground truck driver.
Underground truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So when you started this underground truck driving?
6 months ago, when COVID broke out and I had to change my work, I'm still doing writing. I'm still working on two other books, but this is a job now that I've my new career.
So you have license, driving license.
Yep, yep.
Okay. When you got it?
Probably 6 weeks into it after you do all your inductions and things.
Okay. So what made you to become a underground truck driver?
Well, when the COVID broke out and the sex industry, all that work there, it was like a definite no because of disease and things like that, that you might catch COVID or someone might have COVID. So that was strictly no work at all. So I had to look for something else. And I actually love it. So I'm going to continue doing it.
Nice. So so 6 months before you started it. How is your job now? How you're feeling?
With the underground truck driving,
Yeah.
I love it. It's so different and it's a whole different perspective of also for writing to see different elements and put them into words.
So what are the things that they see to give this job?
Um, well, you have to apply for it and then hopefully they'll take you on as a beginner and train you.
You have experience before?
None whatsoever. I've got a little tiny car and this is like a 60-ton truck and it's dark down there, but no, it's really, really good.
60-ton truck. How many tires?
Four really big tires, bigger than me.
Oh my God. So so 60 ton. Okay. So is there any helper for you?
At the beginning, there was you were with the trainer, so they walked you all through it and were with you until you were confident enough to get passed out on your own. And but there's always help available if you get lost or stuck.
Okay. Okay. So can you tell more about your job?
Which one? My photography before my books or what I'm doing now?
What you're doing now? If you tell me for some time, I will ask about photography and about
Oh,
writing.
okay. Well, the it's an amazing opportunity to just COVID also made it possible because they were only employing locals. They don't do fly in, fly out, shutdowns of borders and things. So it's a whole completely different world with so many amazing things that you wouldn't even imagine. I thought I'd be scared to death to be so far underground, but it's not. It's really amazing.
So handling a big truck and that too 60-ton truck, have you ever felt that this is a tough job for you?
Um, the hardest part was you have to nearly back in everywhere that you go is basically to back in. So you all you can see is like this little reverse camera, and that's all you have to go by. If you turn off your lights, it's pitch black, and just finding the levels where you have to be, and then get out of everyone else's way when they're coming up because it's just single file.
How many hours you spend in driving daily?
12 hours a day, week on, week off. You
Two
just got
days,
a week off. 7 days of 12-hour days, 6 till 6.
6 to 6, which means you will be working for all the days in a week.
Yes, 7 days a week, and then you have 7 off.
Nice. So, what made you to come to writing?
When I started my profession, my previous profession in the sex industry, adult industry, 10 years ago, um, because of my age that I started and not sure what I was going to do, when I actually got into the industry, I realized how important it is for society and people. And I thought I just have to write it and get it out there so people understand that it's not what a lot of people think.
Okay. Have you published any book?
Yes, I've published 2, and they have the 3rd one.
Wow. What are those?
The title, Tara, Memoirs from the Boudoir, is my first one. That's pretty much how I started the industry, and the process, and then the different clients that made it special to see the need for it. One of the chapters in there, every major newspaper in Australia put the whole chapter in there in the newspaper at Christmas, because it was a Christmas story of someone's fantasy for 20 years to wake up beside someone for Christmas and actually have Christmas with someone. So that's really special.
So, your second book is about?
The second book is a carry on of different things that happen in the industry. And then the third one is like the bondage, fetish, and fantasies that different people have. So it basically goes from a gentle easing into what the industry is about, what you can make it, that we're not in the sex slavery trade or anything like that. We're separate from all that. And we get people think we are the same, but there's so many different sides to it, and they all get put together, which is not right. And then the second one is the different types of bookings that you have. Things that I was probably never even seen in my life before. And then, so just to make people aware of what the industry is about for a mature age sector.
How much time you took to write both of these books?
My first book, it actually took 4 months because I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to write about, and I knew what I wanted to put in it, and I had been doing the industry for a few years, so I had a lot of time to know what I actually wanted to focus on for people's understanding. That one I self-published as Tara, Mature Aussie Lady, and then when I took it as far as I could on my own, a publisher picked it up and then did a contract for 2 more.
And third one is coming out.
The third one, I'm not sure when it's coming out now, because with COVID and all the shutting things like that, it's slowed right down. So they're just holding on to it until the next window of opportunity. And the second one is Tara Behind Closed Doors.
And you're a professional photographer, or it's an hobby?
I've been doing it for like 25 years. I'm not a professional as such as all the spiffy lighting and this, that, and the other. It's just to see what you see every day is just an amazing photo opportunity. Never give up on your dreams. Always start little. It doesn't matter. You can do that one photo and you'll know what you want. You don't need to know everything about it. You just have to have an eye to see what you want and then work it from there, which angle you want to go on.
Can you tell more about photography?
Photography, I absolutely love it. I love doing everything. I'm not fussed on babies because they just lie there, but I follow people around. They hire me to take photos of their day or wedding. With a lot of the scenery ones, I put quotes on them and little things like that to uplift people that little bit. I've got one that I'm doing, a children's book I'm in the middle of, as well as a novel, a thriller. I took all the photos of my grandchildren and then put them into cartoon, and they will be in that book of like Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, and
So three different jobs. Photography is different, and underground uh,
yeah,
driving is different, and author writing.
and
Three
also
different jobs.
three
Yeah.
different. Well, actually, there's four different jobs because I do relief at the hospital at the mental health ward as well. I'm a relief as a PCA.
Okay. So this is physical work when it comes to the driving, and writing is completely about the
Mental.
mind work. The
Yep,
mind
and
work.
photography is about the eye,
Yeah.
and
And
also,
photography is more about eyes,
yeah,
watching with
see
eyes.
what you see, and say, "Oh, stop the car!" My partner's really good. I just have to say, "Stop, stop! Can we turn around?" They'll just turn around, and I can just take whatever photos I want, and he'll sit there all day if I want to.
I think you're the person who is using your senses as much as possible. I think.
You have to, and that takes. I wasn't always like that. That just came later in life when I started in the adult industry. That sort of opened my eyes and mind to people's feelings and all the people and different situations that people are in, to being a more understanding person, to understanding more people. So you just grow as you get older. You just learn, and don't be afraid to just take it and say, hey, I'm going to try this, because everybody can achieve whatever they want to do if they put their mind to it and say, I can do that, because they can.
So that confidence made you to step in all the fields.
I think so. I think so because you just have to believe in yourself, and whether you read a book or whether you see a picture, you know what you like and what you don't like. So you just work on that. You know what you want to read in a book. So you write how you'd want to read something. Yep.
So what kind of books you love to read personally?
I hadn't read for quite a few years, but now I'm trying lots of different things. We've just got another couple now that we've bought that we'll be starting to read soon, because when you work for 12 hours, 84 hours a week, and then you have a week off and you've got everything you've got to do, there's not a great deal of time for reading. But we just recently read a book that I did my school exam on in grade 8. Like, that's like a lifetime ago, Kavik, and I absolutely love that. It's a beautiful story, and I want to read it to my grandkids as well. And then there's quite a few novels. So I'm trying to get into the ones that are self-publishing, the indie authors, to see what they're doing. And Judy Nunn, she wrote a book on calc, and that's where my thriller is going to be based around the goldfields. So we read that one. That was an amazing book, and that's probably back in the 1970s, 80s that was read by Judy, and that was an amazing book as well. So I like reading lots of things, and then you can get your idea of what you like.
So photography and writing. You what you write actually? You don't have time, right? 12 hours you work in a day, and you are working continuously 7 days in a week. And
So,
how do you get the time to manage this photography, to use your photography skills, and
well, with the photography, we try and go away for 2, 3 days on our week off and just travel and take photos. Sometimes we can't because we've got other things to do, And then I'm putting aside a couple of days this break to actually get some writing done, because I really wanted this novel finished in February, but I can't see it happening. The children's one will be later in the year, next year. But yeah, to manage all that time, because you have to work and then you want to write, but you want to go out and do the photos, and then you've actually got to do your housework as well. So try and fit it all in, but you can do it if you, it doesn't, there's no hurry for any one thing.
So in February, your third book is coming.
No, in February, I'm hoping to have my novel finished. I'm not sure when the third book of the memoirs is coming out. They'll get back to me when they have a date for that. But the first novel, which will be my first fiction, because all the others are based on my biographies, which is a whole different style of writing, because you have to make believe people, bring them in and put them in their special areas. But I started having dreams, and that's what made me write this book, because it would wake me up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking, oh wow, and I have to write it all down. So yes, it's pretty scary stuff.
So what is your driving force? What is your motivation?
I Because we can do, like, when you get a certain age, people think you're past everything, and you're not. So the older you get, the more experience and the more knowledge you gather. You just have to believe in yourself and say, hey, I'm going to try this, whether it's to write a book or whether to do photography or write poems or just anything for that matter. Believe in yourself and don't doubt yourself.
So what is the thing that you have learned in doing all these works in your life?
Doing all these different things with the adult industry, I've learned empathy, patience, understanding. I've become a much better person for it. Um, and as the writing, it's believing you always want to do better. You always, words that you never even knew existed are just in your head and you actually know what they mean. So it's like, it's a learning curve right the way through.
What worked for you in your
What,
life?
what works for me?
Yeah, what worked for you to be successful?
Um, I think just determination, not to let people say you can't do it, to know that you can, and put yourself out there. You've got to put yourself out there. Put yourself on social media, ring up your local paper, say, hey, this is what I'm doing. And I believe the more people you tell, the more you have to do it, because otherwise you've got to say, oh, I'm not doing it now. But the more, I find, for me personally, if I tell people I'm going to do something, I have to do it. And so that gave me the motivation to finish it, because I told people I was doing it, and they, oh yeah, yeah, okay, everybody says that. So I pushed and pushed myself to make sure that I did do it.
So you will be, I'm sure you have faced a lot of situation, tough situation. Like now you are facing the pandemic. The your job have been changed. So I'm sure you might have faced a lot of uncontrollable situations, or the situations or the people that you cannot control, or you cannot, the thing that you wanted is not happening. So how you handled those?
Well, to be quite honest, now COVID has probably done the best thing for me, because it's put me in a situation where I looked for another job, so out of my box, to actually go in there, apply when I had nothing to say what I've done for the last 10 years. I sort of limped my way through that as sort of public relations and hospitality. That's what I used to do. And because of COVID, there wasn't enough people here for the job, so they would take people on. And it shouldn't matter what you do or what you've done or what you haven't done. But now, through this also, I've met someone who actually is a writer and likes photography, does a lot of the same things, and he works in the mining industry as well. So I'm happy with the next 10 years of my life. So my adult industry was my last 10 years, and now I'm on to the next 10 years, which will be writing and photography and greeting cards and all sorts of things that I want to do with someone to do with.
So at last, can you tell me how you are managing this? This is completely a physical work, right? Driving is a physical work. You have to put effort. You don't need to put that much effort in writing or in photography comparatively.
Well, when you're photographing and you have to keep jumping in and out of your car for like 6, 7 hours a day every time you stop, your legs get really sore and you go, oh, that's what have I done? But the truck driving, they're very high trucks and there's a lot of, you feel like you have to use a lot more muscle because it's such a big truck to put on the brake or the accelerator or things like that, the retarder. But I've learned now how to use my muscles in my legs as to not just kill them and thinking I have to use the whole leg. You just use your foot and you don't have to go to stop it. And it's, they turn easy and everything's pretty cruisy.
So at last, do you have anything to say about your books and your work and uh, any good words to the world who watches this video from anywhere on this planet?
Well, I think not to judge people, accept them for who they are, and then just be happy, do what you can for people. Always smile, say hello, and don't give up on yourself, and always strive to do the best you can do because you can do it.
So, have you watched any previous videos of mine on YouTube channel?
Big
Mine.
I
Uh,
have some because it was quite funny, really, because when you messaged me about the interview, for some reason I had a whole heap of messages from random people around the world saying, oh, you're open for bookings, you do this, do this. And then you said, do you want to do a video with me? And I'm like, oh my God. So I just scrolled past it and then I thought, oh, hang on a minute. I approached him because I saw what it was. And then I went back and looked at your videos and then thought, and that's when I answered you because I didn't know what video you wanted. And then I thought, yeah, no, they're really, really cool. And all the different people and all the different professions, things like that, getting messages out there, letting people from all over the world know what everybody's doing. And they're all on positive, uplifting notes.
yeah. So, thanks, Tara, for giving me your valuable time and telling me about your work and about your books, about your photography, about yourself.
Well, thank you very much, Simon. Thank you very much for asking me and accepting for everybody who they are.
So, can I put this video on my YouTube channel, on internet, on social media with your permission?
Yes, you can put this video wherever you like. That's okay. I'm a very out there person. I'm sort of an advocate for the sex industry as well. So yeah, I'm not ashamed to have my face out there. I made the New York Times, damn it.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes, I know. Yeah, you can put it out there.
Thank you again. Keep going, keep doing what you love, and keep smiling. Your smile is good.
Oh, thank you. And so is yours. You take care, look after yourself, and have an awesome holiday season.
You too. Bye.
Thank you, Sai. Bye bye.
Bye.